This episode of WhysAdvice is sponsored by Health IQ, an insurance company that helps health-conscious people like runners, cyclists, weightlifters, and vegetarians get lower rates on their life insurance. Go to healthiq.com/DAG to support the show and see if you qualify.
FatDag is a Weight Watchers leader in Indianapolis, Indiana. However, the views and opinions expressed during this podcast are his own. They do not represent the views of Weight Watchers. And now, here's your host and wingman, FatDag.
I am your host, FatDag, and you're listening to WhysAdvice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transformed myself. Join the show on the web at FatDag.com and follow along on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at WhysAdvice. Send in your comments, your questions, your celebrations. I'll include them as part of the show. But before we dive in, remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. Hey, I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. That's right, I believe in you. Welcome to episode 163. Got some exciting news that I want to share with you, all of you folks listening in podcast land. February 10th, Detroit, Michigan. I've been invited to be on the Ask Dr. Nandy show. Dr. Nandy his hashtag is Health Heroes, and he's a doctor who's taken his mission to spread joy and health and keep people motivated through all areas of being healthy. And they reached out to me, asked if I would be a guest on their show. So on February 10th, we drive up to Detroit to do a taping of the show that's going to air probably a month or two after that, is what they said. But I asked if I could invite some of you folks up to the show, and they said, of course. And so they do a live studio audience. You can get tickets for the show. It's absolutely free. It costs you nothing to go. But I think how cool would it be if we were all there, we did a live taping, and then maybe after we'll kind of plan something up in the Detroit area for that night. So stay tuned for more information on that. But if you're interested, here's what I would tell you. The amount of email I got today when I posted it on social media for the amount of you who've already reserved tickets was absolutely mind-blowing. I had no idea that the expectation or the response would be that great. So it blows my mind. I'm surprised there are still tickets left, to be honest with you, because that's how many emails I've gotten. I don't know how many they seat there. But I can tell you if it's something you're interested in, you probably need to go now and reserve yourself a ticket. We'll see you on February 10th. And if enough of us show up after the show tapes from 1 to 5. After the show tapes, I'll stay in the area that evening and we'll kind of hang out and get together. So if you're interested in that, check out the links on Facebook, the Ask Dr. Nandy show, Nandi. You can request tickets through the website, or you can do them through Facebook. I think I put it on Connect. It's currently the link on my Instagram as well. So just want to make sure I share that with you. And what's going to be cool about that is that you absolutely, you're going to witness me telling the story of us. My story is your story. It's just what we do, and it's just a story that needs to be told. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. The other thing that's exciting coming up is next week I will be in Orlando. So if you're in the Orlando area next week, it's going to be the week of like the 23rd or somewhere along that lines. If you're in the area at that time, shoot me an email. Maybe we'll kind of get together. I'll tell you though, honestly, my Orlando trip is wall to wall packed. So I'm not sure where I have time to sneak anything in, but we'll try it. So that's where I'll be next week. And then of course, Detroit in a couple weeks after that. So let's waste no more time. Let's get into this. Let's get into Roxanne's email. Roxanne writes in, says, "Hi, Mike, a.k.a. FatDag. My name is Roxanne, and I'm from Newfoundland, Canada. I started listening to your podcast back in November, and I can't even remember how I found out about it. All I know is since then, I've been listening daily. I'm almost caught up on all the shows. I would like to share some of my story with you. I've been overweight since I was a kid, and I'm 50 now. I've tried pretty much every diet out there, and most of them were successful for a little bit, but then I'd go off them and gain back more weight each time. I joined Weight Watchers about 8 years ago. I weighed in at 327 pounds. I stayed with it for a while, and then I quit like every other diet before. And then, in the next few years, I rejoined 3 more times, finally sticking with it about 5 years ago. This time, I lost over 100 pounds, and I entered Wonderland. I was 35 pounds away from goal, but then I started gradually gaining the weight back, till I had gained 40 pounds. I didn't quit Weight Watchers, and I never missed a meeting, but I wasn't working the program. Then, this past June, my dad died. After years of being overweight and having lots of health issues, and everything went out of control for me. To deal with my grief, I ate, and between June and December, I gained back another 40 pounds. But it didn't bring my dad back. Then in December, I went to my doctor and I realized that I'm traveling down the same path as my dad. And I realized that I've got to change this. And I have. Since the 1st of January, I've lost 13 pounds. And I will tell you that you and your podcast have helped me. Your podcast is one of my tools in my toolbox, along with my Weight Watcher meetings. Something you say on every podcast gets me every time you say it. I believe in you. I guess because of all the diets I've tried over the years and everyone keeps asking how long you're going to stick with it, this won't last. None of them ever do. But you know what? I will do this because I have someone that believes in me. I'm down 30 pounds in total, and I know that's not a lot when I had over 100 pounds gone, but I have my 10%. And like you say, if I got to 10%, I can reach goal. I have the word believe tattooed on my wrist because I'm finally starting to believe in me. Thank you, FatDag, for believing in me. 2018 is going to be my year. Just watch me, Roxanne. Roxanne, I'm so sorry to hear about your dad. And, we know, that these things are somewhat inevitable and it's going to happen to all of us in our lives. But when they hit us, it derails us. And you absolutely have permission during that time to regroup and figure out what your new routine, your new life, and everything that was just shaken up. You have complete permission to figure that out. That's what you did during that time. So don't stress about it. You've now found your way back to the right place. You did exactly what you needed to do during that time frame. Now, thank you for tuning in daily. Thank you for listening daily. Congratulations on your refocus, on your recommitting to yourself. You're down 30 pounds, which is incredible work. I want to reframe something you said, is that you said, I'm down 30 pounds in total, and I know that's not a lot when I had 100 pounds gone. And I want you to think about that for just a moment. I believe you can do this, and you believe that you can do this. So if we both believe we can do this, let me tell you something that I think is very important on this journey. I believe you can do this. The reason that I believe you can do it is because you've proven in your email that you can do it. You're a proof of success. You've done this before. You've lost the weight before. So the actual ability to do it, you've proven that you have. That's one of the reasons I believe in you. The other reason I believe in you is that you've seen the future. You know that you're traveling down the same path. You've realized it. And that brings me to number 3, which is you know your why. You have the perfect recipe for success. You know what the future looks like. You know why you're doing it. And you know you can do it. When you couple that in with the fact that now you see there are other people who've done it, just regular people getting it done, living their lives just like you are, that have done it. That is why I believe in you. I believe in you so much so that I'm not going to sit here and watch you do it. I'm going to walk with you as you do it because you've proven you can do it. I know you can do it. It's a matter of you saying, okay, let's get it done. Let's focus. Let's write this stuff down so that we never, ever forget it. And then at that point, we celebrate and we get you to goal. So congratulations on restarting. Congratulations on retaking control of your life. And we're going to get it done. Next up is Claudia. Claudia writes in and says, Dear FatDag, I've been listening to your show since someone recommended it to me on Connect after I posted about my struggles about getting back on track. Here is a little backstory. I joined Weight Watchers February 2017, and by the end of July 2017, I was down about 20 pounds. I'm a female. My starting weight was 226 pounds, 61 inches tall. I was amazed at how well it worked while quite literally eating all the foods that I wanted. You mean I could eat at my favorite hamburger joint once, even twice a week, and still lose weight? Or I could have snack-sized bags of chips and still lose weight? It was a win-win until it wasn't. I thought I had tricked the system by eating low-point fast foods or just strategically eating my weeklies as far away from weigh-in day as possible. I proudly called myself a lazy Weight Watcher because I rarely ate at home, and I found ways to be creative with my points with junk food. However, it wasn't long until it all caught up with me. I gained almost all of my weight back. I was lazy in all aspects. I let myself have too many off days. I didn't track accurately. I knew the answer was that I had to clean up my diet and give Weight Watchers my all, but I just didn't want to. I didn't want to plan my meals. I didn't want to cook. I didn't want to be lazy. I wanted to be lazy and continue in my old ways. Once fall came along, I treated it as a fresh start and a second New Year's, so to speak. I switched my online membership to meetings, and I made that post that led me to you. I'm not going to lie, it was a slow process for it to finally click for good. It's true what they say, starting over is much harder than starting the first time. But I'm proud to say that I finally get it. When Freestyle was announced, I was probably one of the few people that was incredibly excited for it. I love Freestyle, and I feel like it's been a game changer for me. You see, going from 30 to 23 smart points a day forced me to really look at my points and budget them the way I should have always done. I can no longer afford to eat fast food daily like I used to and keep my habit of reaching for fast food alive. By knowing I have so many 0-point foods, I automatically lean towards those, and coincidentally, I have become so much more creative in the kitchen than I ever knew I was. I even find myself recreating my favorite restaurant meals with 0 and low-point ingredients. I'm happy to say that as of today, I am back to 20 pounds lost, and the momentum is so much faster than it ever was before. Before I started listening to you, I was very complacent, a term that I learned from you. I didn't have any goals. I would tell myself I just want to lose something, anything, but now I'm confident that I will reach goal and lifetime this year. I just know it. I feel it. I wanted to send you this message to encourage those trying to get back on track. And also because I know a lot of people are discouraged with Freestyle. I encourage you to take it the way I took it. It's a push for us to be creative and take ownership of our health and what we eat. We are all meant to instinctively know how to eat. Just some of us have picked up bad habits along the way. I think Freestyle is the perfect push to get us back to basics. I love it, and if you give it a chance, you will love it too. Thank you for all you do, FatDag. You're my daily motivation, Claudia. Claudia, way to go, down 20 pounds. That is focus. I'm glad to see you like Freestyle. I agree with you. It took me a while to get to where you're at. You were there instantly, but congratulations. And one of the things that you focused on, you said, is that you're focused. Focusing is the key in your mindset, and that is what gets it to finally click. Now, the thing that you opened up your email with, I think, is so true for so many of us. We start this program with the term that we can eat whatever we want, and we want to continue eating the exact same way we did, but get different results. And for some of us, we can do that. You can still have snack-sized bags of chips. You can still have their favorite hamburger joint. But at some point, you're going to start losing points. You're going to start getting healthier. You're going to start craving better food. And just like you said, it was a win-win up until the point where it wasn't. The point where that no longer works is the point in my journey when I finally understood that I am a different person. The way that I eat now is significantly different than the way that I ate, a year and a half, 2 years ago. You can lose weight on the plan by just following the plan. But to completely change your life, you have to adopt the plan as a lifestyle. You have to find things that you are willing to say, this no longer fits in my life, and you need to move on from them. Sounds like that's what you've done with freestyle. And when your points adjusted from 30 down to 23, it forced you to really dig deep and say, with 23 points, I have to really be mindful of what I'm eating. I have to choose foods that are going to keep me full. I have to choose foods that are going to satisfy me. But I also have to stay on the plan and stay within budget. So you absolutely are on the right path. That's clearly why you're down 20 pounds. The term complacency, I don't think ever is going to come back into your journey. I think you understand now what it is we're fighting for. And as we continue to fight, you're having awesome success. But eating the same way that we always ate is not going to get us different results. I appreciate you sending in your email because so many people do struggle. So many people do understand, that or have that hard time making that shift from losing weight to changing their life. There's a big distinction between the two. And you can lose weight on the plan, but if you really want to make a difference, if you really want to go for it, at some point you're going to have to change something significant in your life. And Claudia, you've done that. Thank you for sharing your email. Let's continue to keep those bad habits away and continue to have the amazing success that you have. Thank you so much for writing in and sharing your email. Health IQ uses science and data to secure lower rates on life insurance for health-conscious people like runners, cyclists, strength trainers, vegans, and more. 56% of Health IQ customers save between 4 and 33% on their life insurance. Health IQ can save their customers up to 33% because physically active people have a 56% lower risk of heart disease, a 20% lower risk of cancer, and a 58% lower risk of diabetes compared to people who are inactive. 70% of their exclusive rate clients get approved at the top tier rate class. Health IQ is the fastest growing life insurance company with over $5 billion in coverage. Like saving money on your car insurance for being a good driver, Health IQ saves you money on your life insurance for living a health-conscious lifestyle. These savings are exclusive to Health IQ, and you must qualify to get the special rate. You can qualify for up to 33% savings by using one or more of the following methods. You can take a Health IQ quiz and you can score elite, or having a membership to a qualifying association or gym for more than a year. I've actually checked it out myself. The quote came in at a lower rate than my current policy. I've gone through the process of getting screened and had my blood drawn. Talking with Ryan at Health IQ made it so easy to get the process started. To see if you qualify, get your free quote today at healthiq.com/dag. Life insurance companies calculate your policy rates based on your nearest age, not your actual age, and rates increase as you get older. Lock in the best rate possible by getting a free quote today. Visit healthiq.com/dag. Next up, Julie writes in out of Centerville, Ohio, and she says, "Hi, Mike. I'm a Weight Watcher lifer who's back at it again. I joined the first time when I was 14, and I've worked the program off and on through many challenges. Each time I joined, I was at a higher weight than I was the last time. I was always successful in losing significant amount of weight, but then I'd get to the point of complacency and I'd quit. The only time I ever stuck with it long enough to reach goal and become lifetime was in my 30s. I'm 54 now. After I achieved lifetime, I made the mistake of quitting meetings, so I was only at goal for about a minute. I rejoined October 15th, 2017 with 75 pounds to lose. In 12 weeks, I've lost 25 pounds, a third of the way there, but that was all over the holidays. As many have said, this will be my last time to work the program in a weight loss mode, because when I get to goal this time and regain my lifetime status, I'm going to stick with it. I want that feeling of stepping on the scale for the last time in a weight loss mode. Even when I reached goal the first time, it wasn't my true mental goal, because I remember that feeling that I wanted to lose a little more. My Connect pictures from when I got to my goal, and it's now a reminder that I can and I will get there again. Most of my past attempts with Weight Watchers were for an event or for superficial reasons. This time feels totally different. This time it's all about my health and my vitality. I want to live for a long time, and by live I mean really live. I want to be fit and healthy enough to rearrange the furniture in my house when I'm 90. I don't ever want to be on any kind of medication or have to rely on anyone else to have to take care of me. I guess you could consider me a healthy, fat person. I've always had great numbers and never had to take any medications. I want to keep it that way. Like many people, I have a lot of whys, but I remember you talking about focusing on the one why you can remember that will take you to goal. My one true why is that I'm just tired of giving 75 extra pounds of weight a free ride. I want to be lighter and smaller so I can feel good and enjoy life as a smaller person. All of the other whys will follow. I'll admit that sometimes I zone out while listening to your podcast, so I may have missed this, but I don't recall anyone talking about how our points go down as we lose weight. This is something I didn't remember from previous attempts. I was quite surprised that this week when my weekly points dropped by 7. That was a big disappointment, because the weeklies are what makes this program livable for me and different from any other program out there. I'm just grateful that they worked, the rollover points back into the plan. That's another unique part of Weight Watchers that I love, and it will help me adjust the reduction in points. The other thing I wanted to touch on is my success with freestyle. I hear a lot about how great freestyle is, but I don't hear many people talking about their weight loss success. The celebrations in my meeting room have dwindled, possibly due to the holidays, and I don't see the conversations much on Connect. But it appears no one is sharing how their weight loss on freestyle compares to just smart points. I'm finding it's working slightly better for me. I was averaging 1.3 pounds per week before freestyle, and now it's up to 1.7. Are you seeing better success with freestyle? Some of the posts on Connect talk about planning entire meals around 0-point foods, and I guess that's fine as long as they're not using their smart points to eat a pint of ice cream every day as well. Maybe that's why I don't see much posting about the weight loss issues. I love your podcast. I've been listening every day on my drive to and from work since I discovered it last year. I'm up to episode 121. Thank you for taking the time to give me my daily inspiration. Well, let's talk about all this, Julie. There's a lot going on. Let's celebrate first your 25-pound loss. Congratulations on that. That does not happen by accident. That's all you staying focused. That is all you tracking. That is all you wanting to get it done. I understand exactly what you said. Every time I rejoin Weight Watchers, I rejoined at a higher weight too. It's why I vowed this time to never, ever quit the program. I know that, the next time I quit, my rejoin weight is going to be significantly higher than it's ever been, and that's not something I'm willing to accept. So I will stay plugged into this program for the rest of my life because it's that important to me. I want to correct one thing you said in your email, is that you want to regain your lifetime status, and you never ever lost your lifetime status. Once you hit lifetime, you've earned that. Congratulations, you earned it. You are lifetime for your lifetime. There's lifetime at goal, there's lifetime above goal. So you're now a lifetime member working your way back to goal. It's a slight distinction, but you need to understand that you worked very hard to get something that so few people are able to get. You've earned it. You've proven that you can do it, And now you just need to prove to yourself that you can do it again. You got this. After all the many attempts for the superficial reasons, you now have tapped in. You understand why you're doing this. You're right. I talk about it all the time is that, your why will change. Your why will, kind of develop as time goes on. At one point, I didn't believe that's true, but now I'm starting to see that absolutely is true. But when you participate in all the writing down your why daily, there's got to be one or two in there that are stronger than the rest. And those are the ones that you need to make the decision on every single day is, do I want this or do I want to make goal? And if you know your why, it becomes very easy to choose goal more often than not. Now, I think, we talk about your points going down, and that's because as you're having amazing success in the program, you don't need as much food as you did when you started. So I used to celebrate every time that I lost points because it was a reminder that I'm on the right path and doing the right thing, and that my body is smaller and the food intake that I need is less. The point value is calculated based on your age, your gender, and your weight. So congratulations on losing points. I'm extremely proud of you for getting to the point where your body doesn't need all that extra food. Now, as you continue to adjust and continue to work the plan, I see that your success rate, you're averaging 1.7 pounds a week, that's gone up. So you're dialed in, you're focused, your trend line is amazing. You clearly got this. Let's continue to work it. Let's continue to encourage those in the meeting room who may not be on that same train as you. Show them it's possible. Let them know it's doable. Let them know you're doing it, and get to goal. Thank you for writing in. Jamie writes in, says, "Hi, FatDag. I just recently found your podcast, and I love it. I've had so many aha moments since I began binge listening a couple weeks ago. Your attendance, not performance motto has helped me a lot on days when I know my workout won't be as good as the last one. I tend to be very hard on myself in that respect. I have 2 questions for you, but first let me tell you my story. I apologize if this is long. My journey has been incredible. I joined Weight Watchers March 2017 after my little girl told me that a boy on the bus was making fun of her because her mom looked like a hippopotamus on 2 legs. I won't ever forget that. It broke my heart. Very soon after, I decided that I was tired of being embarrassed to leave my house. I was tired of life passing me by every day. I was tired of the physical pain and the medications. So I joined, for the 3rd time, online only. I'm not sure what happened, but it just clicked. I haven't looked back. I can honestly say that I've had very few difficult days on the program. I'm down 77 pounds now. I feel incredible. I look great, if I do say so myself. I'm at my lowest weight in 20 years, and I'm stronger and more confident than I've ever been. I'm only halfway to goal, but I am loving my journey physically, at least. My mental journey is a little different. I know logically that my weight loss is incredible, but my mind doesn't feel that. I get embarrassed when people fawn over me, telling me how impressed they are. I am told that I could be a real inspiration to people and I should step up and help the people in my life that need it. But I'm not feeling it. Why do you think that my mental journey isn't matching my physical one? Will I ever be proud of what I have been able to do? I post to connect about my journey, hoping that it will help people and maybe give me some pride, but truly I don't feel like I've done anything significant. That's a good way to say it. It just doesn't feel significant. Could it be that I have so much more to lose? I would love to know your thoughts on this. My second question, though, is about how to help my husband. He weighs about 280 pounds and says every day he wishes he could have more discipline and drive. But he is very critical of Weight Watchers and doesn't believe that the program experts are right about a lot of things. He says he is willing to try the program for a month, and I want to help him, but I don't want to come across as pushy or a know-it-all. Any thoughts you have on this would be appreciated as well. Thanks for all you do for us every day. Your words help more than you could ever know. I'm looking forward to future podcasts. Thank you for your time, Jamie. Jamie, congratulations on 77 pounds lost. That's incredible. Think about that just for a moment. When is the last time you did that? You said now you're at the lowest weight you've ever been in 20 years. That is incredible. It's amazing. You did that. No one did that for you. No one was able to do anything other than just you be there for you as support, but you had to make the decision every single day to choose you and your health. Now, I get, the comments on the bus from the boy to your daughter. That's terrible. And that's one of the things that I'm proud of you for doing, is that you're changing the world, and your story is changing that perception. There's one of my favorite hashtags as of late on Twitter is weight bias and weight stigma. There is a huge stigma around people who are overweight, and you can't judge someone by that alone. And so here's a young man, unfortunately, who's been led down the wrong path, who doesn't know. And so now as we educate him on this process, say, you know what? Yeah, that may be what you think, but the reality is that I'm an amazing person, and I have the amazing willpower to get this done. And if you continue down this same path, sir, you're not going to like where you're headed. So I understand it broke your heart, but I'm so proud of you for completely taking control and getting it done. You said you're down 77 pounds. You said you feel incredible. You said you look great if you do say so. Well, you better say so. You absolutely better celebrate every single day on this journey, because what you're doing is hard work. Now, I agree with you in that respect, though. I agree that it's maybe not significant. I believe that I was losing the weight. To me, it felt kind of easy. I was so dialed in. I was so focused that it didn't feel like a challenge to me most days. And so in that regard, too, when someone said, oh my God, how'd you do it? I just wanted to say I followed the plan. I didn't do anything crazy. I opened my app and I typed in my food and I stopped eating points when I was out of points. It's not that hard when you think of it in the most basic terms. If you have a solid why, you stay focused on those basic terms, and that becomes more important than anything else. And for a lot of us, the program becomes easy because of that. But so many people aren't there with us yet. So many people are still looking for that internal motivation that makes them dive into this so deep that this is the only thing they want, and they work so hard as they get there. Now, your mental journey doesn't match, and I think a lot of that comes from we feel like we're just regular people. We didn't do anything elaborate. We just woke up following the plan. That's the beauty of the Connect community. That's the beauty of everything we're doing, is that the people that are in here are day-to-day people, average people, living amazing average lives. And you now are inspiring them to see that, okay, Jamie did this. Well, if Jamie can do it, well, then maybe I'm going to just try a little harder. And so that is the piece you want to celebrate. And so at some point, it has nothing to do with how much more you have to lose. But my thoughts are this, is that you, as people celebrate you and people, congratulate you, they're recognizing the amazing accomplishment that you did. You're seeing it as you're just continuing to stay focused and getting it done. And that's perfectly okay. At some point, they will just accept what you did as when you get to goal, a couple years after goal, they're not going to continue to congratulate you on your weight loss. And at that point, you will then feel the pride of what you've done, and you'll start feeling good. For me, walking in, into a meeting or somewhere, knowing that I'm at my goal weight is just an amazing feeling. You're there. You're there mentally. You will be there physically. The scale will catch up. And at that point, you're in for a whole different experience in life. Now, as we talk about your husband, there's a lot that you can do, and there's so much that you can't do. And so much of it you have to do is you actually have to show him that it's possible. You have to show him what you're doing. You have to show him that your success, which you're clearly doing. You just have to remind him that it's doable. You have to remind him that you're not doing anything elaborate. You have to remind him that you're just focused and you want to get it done. Now, I get the fact that he may disagree with some of the experts and he's critical, but I can tell you all of the experts agree that being overweight is not good for your health. So if you want to get down in the dirty, and we're not talking about which experts right here and there, 100% of the experts agree that being overweight is not good for us. So that's the reason we need to make some change and take after it. Show him FatDag.com. Show him, my before and after pictures. Find other guys that are in Connect. There's so many successful guys in Connect. Go find them, show him that, and ask him if he's willing to change his life. Now, you can help him on this journey, but you're absolutely right is you can't do it for him. You can't come across as pushy. You can't come across as a know-it-all. What you can do is just continue to focus on you and allow his brain to catch up. Be careful with this piece, because what I know is that if you go about it the wrong way, you'll spend so much of your energy trying to convince him that you'll lose your own focus along the way. At this point, I want you to stay focused. I want you to stay focused on you. Bring him with you, but your priority always and needs to stay as you. If you take care of you, you can take care of everyone else, but you have to put you first. Jamie, 77 pounds. When's the last time you did that on accident? You don't clearly wake up 77 pounds down. You were focused, disciplined, and got it done, and I am incredibly proud of you, and it's an honor to celebrate with you right now. What is it that you're celebrating? Let's share it on the air. Go to FatDag.com, click on WhysAdvice Podcast. Send in your celebrations, your comments, your questions. I will work them in as part of the show. Just like you heard tonight, I want you to email in your emails, because I want you to be proud of what you're doing. I want to share your story so that other people understand this is doable. Totally doable. It takes focus. It takes discipline. It takes you wanting this more than anything else there is. And if you want it, and you stay focused, and you have the right tools in place, you can do it. Well, that's going to do it for this time. Remember that losing weight and getting healthy has nothing to do with luck. You have to remain disciplined and focused. Set your sights on your goal and go after it. I wish you good focus. Thank you for listening to the WhysAdvice podcast. Did you know for as little as $1 a month, you can take the next step as a wingman and support the show? Visit FatDag.com, click on Become a Patron today.